Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Triangle Strategy Walkthrough. So we've got actually some side stories here to do, and then we'll do the voting. So let's get started here at the Whiteholm Castle. So from the throne room of Whiteholm Castle, Gustadolf begins the next stage of his plan.
Thalos, thank you for making the necessary arrangements.
No need to thank me. I am your Prime Minister, after all. I have made sure those with any power in Glenbrook understand their place. They will do as we command.
Then everything is in place. It is time.
Is there nothing I might do to aid you, brother?
If there were, I would tell you. And the consortium, Thalos?
Oh, I expect we shan't have any trouble from them. I have promised them a considerable sum to stay out of our way.
Good. Now it is just a waiting game. I wonder how long the Hyzantians will last.
Alright, so next up here, a dancer approaches a certain man in Glenbrook with an intriguing offer.
Silvio Tellior, I presume?
Who might you be?
Someone who brings good tidings. An offer you may wish to consider.
I am ruined. Who would want to offer me anything?
It is Minister Edor's wish. Will you hear me out?
One of the Saintly Seven? Then you are Hyzantian.
My master is eager for your assistance, as you are quite close to House Wolfort.
Alrighty, looks like the voting stage is going to be next. I'm not seeing any other side stories, so let's do this. As unrest spreads across Norzelia, Serenoa must decide the future of the Rosellan villagers. Well, buckle up. This one's going to be a gross one.
Esfrost and Glenbrook signed an agreement denouncing Hyzant.
Word only just arrived, and it is no mere rumor. They've issued a formal proclamation.
Preposterous! Gustadolf must have forced Cordelia's hand. This is sure to make Hyzant cease salt shipments to the consortium. All this denouncement will do is hamstring Esfrost and Glenbrook both.
My brother, Gustadolf does not fight battles he cannot win. I'm certain this is part of some greater ploy.
I feel all of Norzelia stands on the precipice, but of what I cannot say.
Each nation is making its move. We too must take action to secure our position before it's too late.
By which you mean expelling the Roselle?
To protect the Wolfort domain and its people. No one would dare hold such actions against you.
Oh, I think a lot of people would hold such actions against him.
Lord Serenoa, you must make a decision.
I saw what it is truly like at the source. The Rosellan are forced into back-breaking labor. No decent man would condemn another to such a fate.
But if we refuse the Hierophant, we will face the same dire consequences as House End. Should that happen, the Roselle would still be lost, would they not?
Then you think it is right to sacrifice the Roselle to save Wolfort?
No one is saying it is right, but a decision must be made. We must prioritize our own survival. That much should be clear. And survive we shall, if we can secure Hyzant's aid. Unless you know of another way?
Serenoa, I beseech you, not as one with Roselle blood in her veins, but as a person, as a Wolfward. You cannot give up the Roselle to Hyzant.
I appreciate each of your arguments, but we cannot debate this forever. It is time to decide. Once more to the scales of conviction.
We need Hyzant's support if we are to reclaim Glenbrook, but it comes at a price. One of the Roselle under our protection must pay. Alright, so let's see here. Defend the Roselle even if it affects relations with Hyzant, or deliver the Roselle to Hyzant to prove your loyalty. So we are going to need to speak with Rowan, Frederica, and Eredor. This is gonna suck. I already hate this, but because I'm not playing with through the golden, what is it, the golden path? Golden path. You know, I basically just have to choose the wrong route this time. So we are going to be delivering the Roselle to Hyzant. So let's speak with Frederica here at first.
I
saw the way Hyzant treated my people at the source, Serenoa. It breaks my heart just thinking about it. There's no question in my mind what we should do. I absolutely refuse to hand the Roselle over to those monsters. Alright, so we're going to say we need to surrender them. How could you say such a thing, Serenoa? I must know why. Alright, so I honestly don't know what the best options are here. I don't know. Let's go with the third one first here. Disobeying the Hierophant is no small matter. As a fellow Rosellan, is there no way for you to convince them to come quietly? Oh, that's just brutal.
No.
Like literally asking her? Yeah, absolutely not. I may be Rosellan, but our circumstances are much too different. I know neither the hardships they face at the source nor their days hiding away in the far reaches of the realm. There is no way they would listen to me. Trying to do so would be not but incite their anger. I would know one more thing, Serenoa. Just what do we stand to gain by earning Hyzant's trust? Alright, see, the vacant seat in the Saintly Seven as Minister of Salt, there is a greater chance of improving the Roselle's treatment. Hey, that's actually fair. Yeah, that actually is a somewhat of a option, or you know. Yeah, if there was anything good to come out of this, that would be it. Do you really think the Holy State would grant such a title to an unbeliever? To tell the truth, such rumors may or have already reached my ears. It would take some time, but I could gain the trust of the Holy One and the Saints little by little until I have the power to help the Roselle.
Surely.
Indeed, the Minister of Salt would have the rights to do so, and in order to reach that position, we would have to bend the knee now.
I need a moment to think.
To be honest, I'm afraid to choose, but choose we must. Alright, so she appears indifferent, so that didn't really work. So I'm going to load here. I just don't know what the best combination of choices are. That last option, though, that did seem like, at least if you're going to make a case, that's really the only one to be made. Alright, so let's go with the top option this time, and then we'll go with the third option. Alright, so she's been moved. Alright, that's it. First option and then the third. Yeah, that's moved by your words. So, you know what? Hang on. I'm going to do this one more time because I actually want to see these dialogue choices and read them out and see her reaction. Alright, so I saw the way that they were treated at the source there, and it breaks my heart just thinking about it. There's no question in my mind what we should do. I absolutely refuse to hand the Roselle over to these monsters. Alright, so let's do this again. So we'll say, you know, we must obey the Hierophant for now. Once we've gained enough influence in the Holy State, we can change the Roselle's fate. Yeah, and that seems like if we're going to try to make a case for us or Serenoa, you know, getting them to be treated better, then yeah, these the combination of choices here does make the most sense. So you mean to say that gaining the Holy One's trust is our first priority, but the goddess's teachings are absolute. Do you think any amount of worldly power would be enough to challenge her words? Even if we could change things, it would take time, and until then, the Roselle would be forced to endure an unspeakable fate. I would know one more thing, Cyrano, just what do we stand to gain by gaining their trust? And yeah, here's where we answer the vacant seat. Alright, so yeah, and I've already read through that. So yeah, that I feel like that does actually make the most sense here from a conversational standpoint with Frederica, if we're going to try to convince her that that's the right move, because let's be honest, it's still pretty effing horrible. Alright, so Roland's up next here. I'm going to save my game because I don't want to, you know, go through Frederica's choices again. But I assume I'm not going to get Roland's correct the first try. So I witnessed Hyzant's treatment of the Roselle with my own eyes. They fled here in search of protection, and there is no way I would subject them to that cruelty yet again. Alright, there must be another way, Cyrano. We need to only find it. Don't you feel the same? Alright, so we've only got 2 options here for Roland. Let me just see here. Where is Roland? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, let's try the top option here first. I understand your concerns, especially after seeing the house of one of the Saintly Seven so thoroughly illuminated. But should we truly sacrifice an innocent people for our own protection? I pray you do not forget that they too have beating hearts just like you and I. I know this is a difficult decision we face, Cyrano. Please know that I do not wish to lay the blame upon you. So he's indifferent with that top option. So let's, and is this right? We only have one option? Yeah, guess so. Alright. So there must be another way. So the Might of Esfrost. Esfrost has made its position clear by severing its ties with Hyzant. Right now we need the Holy State's support.
Certainly.
You're right, we may not understand his true intentions yet, but this is Gustadolf we're up against. He would not pick a losing battle. As we are now, our options are few and fewer still without the Holy State's protection. I know this is a difficult decision we face, Cyrano. Please know that I do not wish to lay the blame upon you. Alright, so he's deep in thought. That's as good as you're going to get. Obviously, there's literally only 2 options that time. So, alright, let's talk with Eredor next. Once again, I'm going to save my game just to try to make sure that I can, you know, choose the best options here.
Aye, lad.
Because I am a save scummer. My lord, everything we've done until now has been for the people. And the Roselle are our people too. There's no way we can just hand them over to Hyzant. Yeah, I mean, he makes a good case. You can't be serious, lad. Could you really do something like that? Alright, where is Eredor? Oh yeah, he's got two choices here too. So, top option is this is a request directly from the Hierophant. If we want Hyzant's support, we have no choice but to obey. If we refuse Hyzant, we'll merely take them back by force, or there's something strange about the Holy State's fixation on the Roselle. I think it wise for us to tread carefully on the matter. I don't know, let's just start with the top option, because I have no idea. I guess you got a point there. We can't go denying their religion to their faces. But Lord Simon swore to protect the Roselle, and I would hate to betray their trust. This whole situation's got me so mad I can't see straight.
And
yeah,
so...
I hear ya. I'll ask you one more time, lad. Do you really think we should hand over the Roselle? Alright, so Hyzant won't give up on the Roselle even if we protect them now. They will keep asking us at every opportunity. If we are too fixated on Roselle, we risk exposing the rest of Wolfort to danger. Or I still wish to take back Glenbrook from Esfrost. If they appoint me saint, I will have the power to oppose the Archduke. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the third option seems the best, but I'm going to check this, the top option here, and we'll just keep refusing them, because that's what House Wolfort does. It stands against injustice. Yeah, this is definitely not the right choice this way, Eredor. No matter how strong our foe may be, we can't give up before the fight's even started. Begging you, lad, no more of this nonsense. There's only one path for House Wolfort to take. Alright, so indifferent. Yeah, he's not swayed at all by that combination. So that was both, you know, of the top choices. So let's, we're just gonna have to... we're gonna have to, my brain is melting. 1 and 2. Trial and error. Trial and error is the correct term that I'm trying to go for. All right, Deep in Thought. That's better. 1 and then 2. Yeah, Deep in Thought is definitely better than Indifferent.
Aye, lad.
All right, so let's do 1, then 3. All right, Deep in Thought again. Jesus. Yeah, even just having you know, 2 sets of 3 choices is actually a lot of combinations. All right, so I think wait, am I on to the second choice? Wait, okay, sorry. I'm gonna do this one. I think I need to do this twice here. All right, so this is 1 and then 3. Yeah, Deep in Thought. That's what I thought. Okay, I think I just did that one twice in a row, but I wanted to make sure that I doing all of these combinations and not forgetting any. And I have a short memory, so I didn't remember that I had already tried that. So let's do 2 and then 1.
And so. I feel.
All right, there's Indifferent again. 2 and 1 is a no dice. Oops, I hit the wrong button. All right, so 2 then 2 is next.
Aye, lad.
Deep in Thought again. All right, well, I think I did it again. Load. All right, we're up to 2 and then 3.
Aye, lad.
We're getting there. It's probably a little lame. I probably could have done this actually off screen to figure out what the best combination. There it is, 2 and then 3. All right, so let's replay this. I'll read the dialogues that are actually correct, and we'll just see how he actually reacts to these.
Aye, lad.
All right. So if we refuse, Hyzant will merely take them back by force. Right, I can't imagine the Holy One being unprepared for a refusal. Precisely, if we don't give them back, Hyzant will take them. They have the power to do so. The problem is the agreement they made with my father. The Hierophant likely sees this as the perfect way around it. Recklessly denying them would give them the perfect excuse to invade us too. Damn. This whole situation's got me so mad I can't sleep. Yeah, so he's obviously responding to that second question. You know, he's seeing the reason in it.
And so.
Let's go one more time, lad. Do you really think we should hand over the Roselle? Alright, so the third option here. I still wish to take back Glenbrook from Ezfrost. If they appoint me to Saint, I will have the power to oppose the Archduke. So you think we should make this small sacrifice for the greater good, then? I won't make excuses. I want to convince the Roselle to help us for the sake of our collective futures. I see. If you're so sure, then there's nothing more I can
feel
say.
this in my gut.
There is only one path for House Wolford to take. Alright, that is the best combination. And lastly here, we need to speak with Huet. I mean, need is, whoops. I don't know that need is really the most accurate way to describe that, but, because I think we could win the vote right now, but I've been trying to go for the, you know, the in all agreement at all times, but the Roselle are people of the Wolfert domain, but if we defy the Hierophant, we'll face the same fate as House End. I am at a loss. Alright, so again, we're going to, so we need to say we must surrender the Roselle here, because actually Huet has the choice which you know, route you want to take here, because she's kind of the tiebreaker. We must surrender the Roselle to gain Hyzant's protection. Lord Serenoa, do you think we should hand over the Roselle? Alright, I don't see Huet here having great options either, but, alright, so I'm gonna like zip through these. Oh, she only has one option, okay. So, Deep in Thought was the top option. Let's see here. Alright, this is option 2. Deep in thought as well. Alright, so... option 1 and option 2 are the same. As far as results, anyway. Let's check the third option this time.
Good point.
Okay, yeah, so no, it doesn't actually matter at all. I'm just gonna choose whatever one I think is the best, and then I'll read it out. Alright, so we need Hyzant's support if we are to reclaim Glenbrook, or it is likely that the Duchy is preparing for war if their declaration is any indication it is dangerous for us to stand alone now, or Roland needs a nation at his back. We cannot risk making an enemy of Hyzant. I mean, logistically, that seems like the best way to convince her. Indeed, with Esfrost occupying the capital, there is no one left to help us aside from Hyzant. We need their support if we are to reclaim Glenbrook and see His Highness to the throne. If we disobey, we risk upsetting our only ally and losing our chance to set the situation right. I suppose it might be indeed the best for us to quietly bow our heads and obey. Yeah, it's kind of funny that of all of these characters, Huette is the hardest to convince of this. I mean, Frederica should have been... I mean, it seems like she should be an absolute no matter what you even try. But, alright, let's commence the vote.
It is time to cast our votes. We face a difficult decision. Do we surrender the Roselle living in our domain to Hyzant, or do we defy their orders? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
I believe in you.
Alright, the road ahead won't be an easy one, but I believe in you, my friend.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I've thought long and hard on this, Serenoa, and I choose to put my faith in you.
I have faith in you.
There is no other way forward for us.
I'm with you.
We'll follow you, my lord, whichever path you choose. I mean, that seems like that should be a unanimous vote based off of what they've just said, but we'll see here.
Scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Scales of conviction. Turn, turn, turn. Alright. Yeah, I think that's hand them over. Yeah, there it is. Another unanimous vote. Alright.
The way forward is decided. We require Hyzant's protection. Painful as it is, we must surrender the Roselle to Hyzant.
Alrighty. Feels bad.
We will relinquish the Roselle and the Wolfort domain to Hyzant. So it is decided. We must act to secure Hyzant's aid, whatever the cost. Let us begin the arrangements at once.
Oft, the only path available to us is a treacherous one. Serenoa journeys home to convince the Roselle living in his domain that they must return to Hyzant where their kin live in servitude. Only by doing so can he win the trust of the goddess and ensure the future of his name. A duty which has proven to be one full of unsavory compromises.
The Wolforts have departed on their mission. Do you truly believe they will return the Roselle to us?
Of course. Young Lord Serenoa is brimming with promise, promise which I am certain he shall fulfill.
Hyzant itself has promising youths. Perhaps it is time they relieve the old of their burdens. You need only say the word, and I shall gladly lead our nation forward.
Regardless, young men are often led astray by their scruples, especially when placed in a difficult position. I have sent him guidance, a man of some standing, though recently reduced. He will help Lord Serenoa see the righteous path.
Him? Well, I suppose if it was a surfeit of scruples you feared, you chose wisely.
I cannot help but meddle in my old age. When you have gained the experience I have, perhaps you will understand.
And so the pressing question. How do we convince the Roselle to follow us?
We avoid force by all means. However long it takes, we must resolve this peacefully.
I'm glad we agree on that point.
These negotiations will be a delicate matter. Measure your every word carefully.
I know where the hall is. One castle is so very much like the other. Well, well, my old friends. It has been entirely too long.
Silvio, you've got some gall to show your face here. And with a smile, no less.
Now, is that any way to speak to the head of our high house? And an envoy of the Saintly Seven, no less.
And they've offered you safe haven as well.
Indeed. And I have been tasked by Minister Idor with helping you make the Roselle see reason. Just like old times, huh? The High House is once again working in accord.
It seems we are not entirely trusted.
We thank Minister Idor for his consideration and you for traveling so far. However, we intend to settle this matter with words, not swords.
I'm afraid it is too late for that. I tried to make the Roselle see the wisdom of the goddess's command, but can you believe their impudence? They struck out at me!
What did you do, Silvio?
He thought to take all the glory for himself, but his little encounter made him see the wisdom in sharing.
Hyzant is testing our loyalty, and the outcome will determine our survival. We must act before we are stamped out. Do not fear. With our forces combined, an entire legion of Roselle could not hope to stand against us.
My lord, it seems our already delicate situation has become even more perilous.
Perhaps so, but we mustn't abandon a moderate approach yet.
Okay, so it's looking like we're going to be doing another battle next. Let's go back to the encampment. I'm assuming there's going to be some new mental mock battle here. Let's take a look. Yes, defend the arena. Alright, so very similar to the Sorceley battle, it's looking like. The reward is in iron. Defend the arena from the enemy forces flooding in from every direction. You are outnumbered, and allowing even one of them to slip through will spell disaster. Oh, Jesus. So it's another battle that's similar to the Last Man, apparently. That sucks. I really dislike the like, oh, if one enemy gets away, you're toast. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some though. Let me just see here. What's our time looking like? Oh, I am out of time. All right. Well, I am going to call it a day on this one. I'll do probably actually some of those battles off screen, and then I'll actually record one as well, just to, yeah, I guess just to get one or get it recorded. So as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.